podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin. Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Episode 14 of the Owl House. One small problem, which seems to be a big problem that we're running into. Boring filler. Completely skippable. You don't have to watch this episode at all. I mean, there's fans of King, which I don't understand how you could be a fan of this guy. It's all about him. I don't know. It's just boring. Stuff happens. It's just, I don't really care, but nothing adds up to anything. I just jump right into it and we'll talk about it as we go on. We open up and I do like the fact that Ida's cooking. Always, it's kind of like she's like the mom, you know, the reluctant mom or like the older aunt taking care of her two idiot kids. But she's cooking, and this is the thing I don't like about this show. They pretty much have everything we have. They have video chatting, but it's like done through a crystal ball. Okay, FaceTime, we get it, Zoom meetings. It's just, I just want more fantasy than like, oh, it's the same exact thing, but they use magic. So they have cell phones, but they're like magic. Oh, they have video conferencing, but it's magic. They have television, but it's magic. Enough of that. But Lucia's just being a dum-dum because I guess they're talking before they go to school. You're going to meet your friends at school. You don't freaking talk to them beforehand. They do the little like, oh, I know real magic. I can remove my thumb. Of course, Gus is an idiot and actually falls for it. But King keeps interrupting and he wants to like, oh, let's do the King and Luce comedy hour. And here we go. This is my face whenever I find out it's going to be a King episode. So they keep just making puns about bread, and it's pretty dumb. It's time for her to go to school. So, okay, see you guys later. She leaves, and then you could tell, like I said last time, I said that, oh, he probably just misses her because it's like he has a friend, like an all-the-time friend. Oh, no, I really don't miss her, but he's like waiting at the door, kind of like how a puppy would. So I say this every time. How old is King? Is he a child? I can excuse a lot of his antics if he's like honestly like 7 years old. Oh, okay, he's just a stupid kid. Or is he like an adult that lost power and they became small? So then he's like has the mind of an adult but still acts this way. I don't know. I'm starting with every passing episode. I'm starting to honestly think he was never a demon lord or whatever, and he was just always been a little kid, and he's like he hasn't grown up yet. Whatever. And then of course Ida calls him out on it because that's what she does. Oh, like I would even care. Even if she came home right now, I wouldn't even care. She goes, oh, Joe knocks on the door and he just climbs on top of her again like a puppy. I guess there was some fairy infestation or something, so school's been canceled. Oh, okay. So I guess it's gonna be all day with Luce and the Luce and King comedy day. Hootie's like, oh, guess what I got? And he starts throwing up mail. They're going through all this stuff. I do like the fact that there was like someone sent her like an annihilation spell to like kill her.
Death hex.
Kind of reminded me a lot of, remember Howl's Moving Castle when the Witch of the Waste like sent that little note that had a curse on it? But this like totally destroyed the trash can. So if she would open it, would it have killed her? But I guess they have a thing for a carnival. Oh, one-day carnival. Oh, let's do that as a family. Oh, which is nice. I do think it's kind of screwed up that Hootie wanted to go, but how could he go? The whole house would have to go. So he's like getting ready and they just leave him behind. It's kind of mean, but at the same time, there's no actual physical way for him to go without literally bringing the house. She's stirring the pot with Albert. That's hilarious. So they start to get to the freaking stupid carnival and everyone wants to just go have fun. Ida wants to actually like sell stuff and like, you know, grift people. Everything's about scamming people. She has actual products. Yeah, are they stupid and dumb like human garbage? But people do want to buy them. You don't need to scam people. But Albert wants to go and like play games and she's like, no, we gotta scam people. It's really funny because the guy who's running the carnival is that dude. Remember when they smashed his store when they moved the big house thing when they were like making the actual Owl House walk around and it stomped on his thing. So like, what the heck? Don't you hate us for what we did? Oh no, it's wonderful. I started a new thing because of you. I'm thinking, oh, so he's gonna like totally be the bad guy. He's gonna trick him. So he has like a tiny circus. I love when Luce presses her face up against glass. I don't know. I just love the silly faces. Ida's like, no, I'm not buying it. You're just trying to trick us. It's like, oh no, I'm so nice. I'm going to give you this free bottle of water. And it's like this glowing orb, thing in there. Of course it's not. It's going to be poison or something. And of course, Ida just chucks it. I know a trick when I see one. I'm going to do my own scamming today. So she just kicks some dude off of his little stand that he has, his little kiosk. And then she opens up her own store.
Beat it, loser! Step right up to... Eat this human horror house.
I don't know. What's the lesson here? It's okay to do this kind of stuff. I like Ida. I like her a lot. But she is a criminal. She's kind of the bad guy, really. She does all these bad things, and there's never any real punishment or anything like for her. She just kind of gets caught, but nothing ever comes of it. So she kicks this guy out, and then she opens up her own human whorehouse. Human horror house. Oh, that's hilarious. She pulls out like these stockings. They're like full on like fishnet stockings. I'm like, oh, okay. King's like, oh, she's been going through your closet. So these are looses?
Should really put a lock on your closet.
You know what? Ida can pick through my socks all she wants.
Fishnet stockings? What the hell is she owning a pair of those for? What the hell? I don't know, whatever. But they're like, forget her, we're gonna go have fun. It's gonna be you and me, my partner in crime. Then you see the pig dude and he's like, hee. So you know he's gonna be the bad guy. They start walking off and we just have like little gags here and there, nothing really that great. They see some friendship bracelets. And King thinks, oh, are they weapons? And no, Lucy's like, no, they're for friends. You know, one person keeps one, other one keeps the other, and it's like a symbol of their friendship. And of course, King's like, oh, I want to get those, like for us, because we're like buddies, we're like pals. So he really misses her. He really wants to be her friend. He really wants to spend time with her, but he can't just say it. He does it at the end of the episode, but he's just unable to express his feelings correctly. They're like, oh, you gotta win prizes. And they're like, oh no, just beat him up and take it. No, we'll play the games, and that's how we'll win it. We'll get enough tickets. They run into Gus and Willow. They're like, oh wow, we got an invitation too. It's like, oh, we're gonna have so much fun together. And you see King just like the third wheel. He's like, oh man, she's gonna hang out with their friends and just they're not gonna pay attention to me. They can even see it in his face. Look at this. Look how like distraught he's being. And she's like, oh no, we're all gonna hang out together and we're gonna help you win these bracelets. It was never about winning the bracelets. It was about spending time together. I think even if they didn't get enough tickets to win this thing, as long as King got to spend time with Luce, he would have been happy. So it wasn't about like everyone working towards a goal. It was more about working with somebody. But he can't say it because he's king and a dummy. So they're playing skee ball and, you know, everything's like there's filler within the filler. So we get a couple of montages, 2 montages. So this is the first one. And they're just doing silly stuff, skee ball. They're putting their heads through the little things. And then I like how King's is like a trash can. It's like, why would they even have that? They're eating stuff on a stick. King's trying to be part of the group, but he's just not. They're like popping balloons, but he's so short he can't reach the thing, and he's just like, well, forget it then, you know. Don't even notice that I'm missing. He starts to walk away, runs into the pig guy, but he pretends to be somebody else. Obvious. He's something. Oh, it's such a dumb name. Like the fortune teller, and he's like, I think I know you. Oh, isn't it obvious? I can make all your problems go away. So he has that same potion he tried to give Ida. Here, just spray this on your problem and makes it go away. He sprays it on this little like creature and it just like bursts into flames. I like how King is like, this guy's crazy, call the cops. Like, he just killed this thing. It's like, oh no, I can make it come back. And he can make it come back by slapping his cheeks. Is this some type of like fairy tale nod? Is this like a Rumpelstiltskin thing where it's like a silly solution to the problem? So I couldn't believe it's I slap my cheeks and the thing that I made disappear comes back. But what sense, what god awful sense does that make? But he's like, here, this is for you. Spray it on your problem and it'll just go away. And he's like, oh, I don't want to make them go away forever. But yeah, he's like, remember, I can make them come back. Oh, okay. And he starts laughing. He takes his mustache off to like show the audience that it's that other guy. We know it's the other guy. There's no point in doing that. He's thinking about it. He's like, I don't know if I really want to do this. He puts it in his little fanny pack. Again, you never see him with a fanny pack in this episode, so he can just hide this bottle, which is way too big for the fanny pack, but whatever. It's a fanny pack of holding. They all meet up again. King's like, oh, we got to win the prizes. But then Gus is like, oh, we're going to ride rides. And I'm thinking, what the hell, Gus? You just, Gus is a kid too, so he's a lot younger. I'm assuming they're probably the same age, maturity-wise, at least. Gus has realized she was here with King first. So you kind of have to like, you know, the ebb and flow. Oh, let's do some games, let's do some rides, but it's almost becomes like a competition. King's losing. He gets heartbroken easily. Then they kind of start. I don't like how they treat King like a baby because King's like, Gus like, oh, what's a little guy who misses his best friend? Ooh. He's like doing that kind of talk, and he's screwing with his, hey man, get off me. And he's trying to push him off. That thing falls on the ground and sprays him and makes him disappear. So it really wasn't King's fault. If Gus would have just left them alone, this wouldn't have happened. So when they get to the, when she finds out what happens and she's kind of blaming King, he didn't explain himself well. This is, it kind of irritates me because one time that he really didn't screw up. They're like, oh, Luce comes back with some cotton candy, because she was hungry. And she's like, whoa, I guess they really did like their rides. And she, you know what? I got something to tell you, King. And she looks like she's all mean. Oh, let's go win those bracelets because I promised to win them for you. So they go off and we find out that it doesn't make them disappear. It just turns them tiny. So the small problem of the episode. So they're itty bitty. Things are chasing after them and we kind of get the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids type stuff. This bird tries to eat them. And I always forget to bring this up, but I'm finally remember to bring this up. How does Willow access her magic without making a circle?
Enough of this!
She just like gets angry and she can make like plants come out of the ground. That's a different kind of magic because every other type of magic we've seen from non-monster type creatures is they have to make a circle and then like the spell comes out. So what's the deal with that? I'm supposed they're going to explain that sometime. But she does that. They get away. They get on some bug. They fly around. And then we get Ida's trying to sell stuff and, you know, but she has an illegal stance. So someone calls the police on her, but it's like the police of the carnival. So it's not like the coven. So it's like security and it's like the fun police. He even looks like a clown. They get caught. She tries to fight him, but Albert went off to go play like whack-a-mole. So she has to have Albert to do her magic or not? Because we've seen her do magic with and without him. So why wasn't she just casting spells? She like allows herself to get caught. This is the weird things where Ida gets caught by monsters and by things and is unable to stop, even though we know she can. So does she want to get caught? I don't know, whatever. So she falls into some cotton candy and they get her. Get back to more montage. Again, second montage in this episode. There's seven writers on this. I forgot to mention 7 writers. This is such a simple story. That would be like having 7 chefs make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's unnecessary. What I think it's happening is they're putting as many people's names on these things to pad out their resumes. Oh, I worked on this many episodes for the Owl House, but so they're never going to actually look into it and see exactly what the episode was about. They're like, oh wow, you wrote all these episodes. Yeah, I wrote them with 7 other people. I think there's some shenanigans going on here because there's no way 7 people wrote this. Because I write 2 minutes, you write 2 minutes. It doesn't make sense. Anyways, they're flying around. Willow and Gus got on a fly. They're trying to get Luce's attention, but they're so small they can't. And hijinks ensue, carnival game mishaps, blah, blah, blah. Keep moving on. Get to Ida, and I guess she's the guy who owns the carnival. I don't know if he's like, it's funny, is he the chief of the fun police at the carnival? Whatever. Head of security, I suppose. And he's like, oh, so she just doesn't, she's like, okay, what do you got? What do you want? Oh, I can do 1 or 2 things. I could turn you in for like $600 billion, or how much money this is, or what's it called? Crowns? Is that what they use in this world? Or I can make you work for me. How in the world is she going to work enough to offset just getting that reward money? Anyone in the comments, please. I get a lot of crap from everyone, especially about the show now, because after episode 16, everyone just, they love everything about the show. Explain that to me. Why in the world wouldn't he just turn her in? There should have been some type of like mutual thing where it's like, oh, if you turn me in, then I'm going to tell them about like your illegal, you don't have a permit for this carnival and all this other kind of stuff. So it's like, okay, how about you just work for me? They should have done something like that because it makes absolutely no sense for him not to turn her in because she has like a bounty that's like unbelievable. She's like Vash the freaking Stampede. She's going to go sell candy apples and stuff or whatever. They get enough tickets. It's like 1 million tickets to win these stupid little things. I do like this gag, this skull.
It's bad boy.
I am the king of night, and every breath you take brings you closer to darkness.
That's awesome, right? I want one of these damn things. I like how, because Lucy's like, oh, why don't you get one of these things? There's a lot of other things you can get. And he's like, no, I want the friendship bracelet because it means a lot to me. So he's actually being sincere here, which is, I guess, nice. They land, I guess, this is such a weird thing to do. Gus and Willow find some like cotton candy. Yeah, cotton candy stuck to them. They stick it in her hair. Oh man, I gotta go wash this out. I gotta find a mirror. So they leave a giant trail for her to lead to the House of Mirrors. This is just really weird because like, couldn't they just whisper in her ear or something? I don't know. Or she could have used her magic to make like a big flower. I don't know. Is it for this one gag? So during the different mirrors, a lot of funny things start happening. Like, oh look, there's her skeleton. Oh, there's this, and then there's like Princess Utena version of Luce. I mean, seriously, here's, from that anime and this. I mean, come on. Okay, we get it. You watched it. But she sees a big giant mirror and it's them, but they're tiny. So they're being like, they're using like one of the trick mirrors to make stuff look bigger. And she's like, oh my goodness, what the hell happened to you guys? Get back to the dude. He actually counted to 1 million. So he wins the bracelets and he's going to bring him to Luce. Like, how did he know that she was in the House of Mirrors? Even though she mentioned she needed a mirror, wouldn't she just go to a bathroom? I don't know, whatever. Then Lucy's like, what did you do? And he's like, oh my goodness, like he didn't know that it was going to make them tiny. Like, so this is a surprise to him too. They start getting into an argument, but instead of saying, you know what, I had this potion, I wasn't going to use it, but Gus was grabbing me and it fell out and it accidentally sprayed them. He should have said something like that, but instead he never even gets to really explain himself. And Lucy gets all pissed off at him. Okay, we got to fix this. They start fighting over it, and they knock it on the ground and they get tiny too. So they're all itty bitty. Pig guy shows up, but somehow he knew they were here too. I guess if he was like watching from afar for them to screw themselves over with this. So he catches them. He's going to put them in the little tiny zoo that he has. And they're going to fight these monsters. They're going to get fed to them. We get some unicorns. They act all crazy and weird, straight out of Star versus the forces of evil. And they're going to have to fight these things. We see Ida. She's adorable. This is a goofy costume, but I think she looks great in this thing. I like the tiny hat off to the side. Mwah, beautiful. So they're starting to fight these things, and for once, Gus uses actual illusion magic. Because before, when he gave that plant monster arms, that's not illusion. That was something else. This is an actual illusion. He makes like a vacuum cleaner because you know how pets are afraid of vacuums. Willow makes like more vines, but where do these vines come from? Shouldn't there have to be soil or something in there, or she had to have like seeds with her? They come out of like because it's like chopped up, hay and stuff at the bottom of this pet cage. So there wouldn't be. I guess she could maybe grow it out of like the fertilizer, so to speak. I don't know, whatever. But she knocks over this thing to kind of protect them, and then King kind of has a hero moment because he's like, you know what? I caused all this, and I got to be the one to fix it. So he runs out there, gets the animals to chase him. Again, they don't know how to solve these damn problems. They set themselves up and like, oh, how do the good guys get out? And it's the most ridiculously stupid, asinine way. He does his big, I'm sorry about all this, guys, and I'm going to fix this. All the animals jump at him, and then he's able to jump on top of them and get out of the cage. Like he knew that was even possible. Like he knew that's exactly what was going to happen. Ugh. Sees the pig guy, and he's not even paying attention to what's going on. And you're not going to even believe this. Remember how he has to rub his cheeks? I'm like, how is he going to get him to rub his cheeks? He throws the French lip braces that like smack him. And he's like, oh man, and he rubs his cheek from getting hit. And that undoes the spell. Jiminy Christmas. I don't know what to say. This is ridiculously stupid. I thought it was pretty funny. This is probably the funniest line in the whole entire episode.
Not a single one of those dumb kids have gotten hurt yet.
Dumb kids? Wait. Those are my dumb kids.
The crowd's getting rowdy. Ida's trying to sell these apples, and they're getting all pissed off. Nothing's happening. I came here to watch these kids get killed or whatever. Gonna fight these monsters. And it's like, these dumb kids. She's like, wait a second, those are my dumb kids. No one messes with my dumb kids but me. But they turn all big and get out, so now there's no problem. But I guess it also made the unicorns bigger too. Like all the animals in there were big too. So there was like a manticore and stuff. Is this big guy a reference to bulk biceps from My Little Pony? Is it? I'm saying it is. It is. It is. Except for he's not a Pegasus, he's a unicorn. But look how buff he is. Or buff she is, because Lou says girls and then it responds. So this is a big buff girl unicorn. He's like, forget you guys, I'm going to shrink you all myself now. Of course, Ida just grabs it from him and...
Oh no, Tibbles, that's not how entertainment works. The bad guy always gets his just desserts.
Oh no!
I don't know about that line. Here's the thing, Ida, you're a bad guy. You're not a very good person. Well, the bad guy always gets what's coming to them, so she dumps all the apples on him and they attack him. The little heart thing they got all shattered. And then she's like, well, King, here's the part of it. You can have it. And he's like, you know what? Since it's broken into 4 parts, we all can have it because then we can all be friends. Oh, okay, that's kind of nice. And then, he basically is like, you're going home. And then you're hanging out with your friends. You're not hanging out with me. And then before I know it, you're going to be gone. And I'm going to miss you. And I've been missing you a lot since you've been at school. She's like, I miss you too. Well, she gives him a little kiss on the forehead. That's nice. I guess she steals all his money. How was that okay? I don't know. Ida is awesome, and she's also a bad guy. They get back home. Hootie was having fun with the fly at the end of the episode. So yeah, complete filler, complete bleh. It's probably one of my shortest reviews. We have filler in 14 episodes, a couple of fillers already. I really don't like King, but I guess this is a better King episode. But out of 10, this is a 4. Oh, everything's about episode 16, right? So it's like at 15. I will get to 16 probably Friday morning with the review will post, and then I'll be ready for the newest episode that night. So hopefully I get all caught up. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave it in the comments. Do you like these kind of just nothing silly episodes? I don't know. I haven't gotten enough story yet to need a break. Like there hasn't been like this giant 4-episode arc, and then you have like a couple of silly episodes to break up like all the drama. There hasn't been enough of that yet. But overall, guys, I still like the Owl House. A lot of people give me crap for saying that I don't like it. I do like it. I just want it to be better. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next review.
Side note,
In the future, do I ever find love?
Yes?
Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15 Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.